Home and away spoilers. Will Bree survive a shock stabbing? This week on Home and Away in Australia. Bree's life is on the line as she's stabbed by an unruly patient. Will she survive? Bree has had a tough few months. After discovering that her partner Remy cheated on her with fellow Muso Avalon. Remy had been burning himself out, simultaneously working on Kirby's new album whilst also agreeing to perform on Avalon's next release. After Remy and Eden prepared to say a sad goodbye to Kirby when she was asked by well-known band The Chosen to join them on their world tour, the pair lamented the fact that they felt left behind. As a glum Remy returned to party at Avalon's, he ended up missing Kirby's farewell, and as Avalon comforted him, the pair ended up sleeping together. After Eden and Sunny discovered them together, Remy found himself with no choice but to admit the truth to Bree, breaking her heart. The past few weeks have seen Remy beg Bree for forgiveness and a second chance. Bree did attempt to forgive her former partner, and they began to awkwardly date, but after they slept together, Bree realized that it was all too much for her and called off the relationship for good. To top it off, she's now found herself living with two loved-up couples, Theo and Lacey, and Sunny and Dana, and has been spending all of her time at the hospital to avoid their respective love bubbles. Her luck doesn't get any better later this week, as she faces an unruly patient by the name of Bart at Northern District's hospital. She and new colleague Joe are already facing a busy day at the hospital when the patient arrives. It seems like he's high on drugs, and he becomes increasingly agitated as Joe and her colleagues tries to assess his condition. He lashes out, pushing one nurse against a wall and grabbing another by his collar. Bree is rattled but steps in to protect her colleague, knowing things could turn nasty for Joe and the other nurses if they don't calm Bart down. When Bart is combative, this automatically puts Bree on high alert. Juliet Godwin explains to Aussie Magazine TV Week, she's dealt with patients like this before and knows their behavior can turn nasty in an instant. She has to navigate giving him the treatment he has the right to, while still managing his mood and protecting her staff. Looking to protect the other patients, Bree decides to move Bart to a private ward, and alerts security to the potentially risky patient. She then tries to calm Bart down, which leads to the pair grappling on his bed as she attempts to restrain him. At that moment, Bart goes on the attack. He manages to grab a pair of surgical scissors on the table, and uses them to stab Bree in her side. As Joe and her colleagues rush to Bree's side, it's clear that she's in serious trouble. Her breathing is labored as they realize that the scissors have punctured her lung. As Bree bleeds out, she's in pain and struggling to breathe. Juliet continues. She tries to move as far as she can from Bart, but her injuries are too severe and she slides down against the wall. Bree, who's not used to being a patient, tries to diagnose her own symptoms, and with the clock ticking, she becomes frustrated with Levi and Joe. Will they be able to treat her in time? She's struggling to breathe with a punctured lung. As Levi and Joe make their assessment, this just aggravates her more. Being a doctor, she understands everything they are saying. Blood is pooling in her lung and, unless Levi can fix it quick, Bree knows she may not survive. The race is on. Will Bree survive? Bree's stabbing was one of a number of major storylines featuring in a new Home and Away promo, which aired after Irene's departure last Tuesday. The dramatic promo also showed a dramatic police chase, a car crash which seemingly kills a Summer Bay favorite, and a first look at the wedding of Cash and Eden. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more movie spoilers next week. Goodbye and see you again.